Well, hello and welcome to math class. My name is Mrs. Burke. This is your Bitmoji classroom scene, and it will come up a couple times probably throughout the year. The Bitmoji classroom scene tells you a little bit about me. I do live at the beach and I enjoy going to the beach, although not often enough. I do like coffee, the color purple, and down in the corner, that's as close as I can get to that Target dog, and I do like Target. Now, on the bookshelf, you will see 6 folders. You can click in each of the 6 folders. We are going to do that. This presentation and this Bitmoji classroom will be linked on Focus and the Google Classroom for each of your classes. There is a Google Class invite waiting for your students. They just have to accept it to join each of their Google Classrooms. The supplies you definitely need a binder with a math tab. You will need a zipper pouch insert, paper. I suggest mechanical pencils with extra lead because there is no pencil sharpener in my classroom. You'll need Expo type markers, highlighters, pens, and for some units we will need a ruler and a calculator. We only use a calculator for about half the year. Because the spring FSA, they can only use their calculator for about half the test, so we practice that in class. You do need to bring your own supplies, and we are expecting you to have them the very first day. Your classes are 90 minutes long. Expect to be learning starting day 1 in each of your classes. Now, if you notice in the upper left-hand corner, there was that purple coffee mug. In each of the slides after this, if you click on the purple coffee mug, you will go back to your home screen. So, what are the expectations that we have for you this year? Well, they are general expectations that are pretty much across the board in most any of your classes. We expect you to be on time, come prepared, have all your work done. Use appropriate behavior, be respectful, have integrity. In this classroom, we are very big on you being a self-advocate. That means you need to ask questions and you need to speak up if you are struggling. Now, we have a couple of things that are modified due to all the situation that we are currently in. When you come in my classroom, you will have an assigned seat, and you need to stay in that seat the entire time and raise your hand and ask permission anytime you need to get out of your seat for any reason. At the end of class, when the bell rings, we will have a staggered dismissal. Dismissal times between classes are a little longer this year, so you will have plenty of time to get to your next class, even if you're the last person to leave my classroom. This is to help increase social distancing in our hallways in between passing time. Now, in this classroom, you may not have food, candy, gum, or anything besides water in a sealable bottle. You need to have a sealable bottle because if your water tips over and makes a mess, you're going to have to clean it up. In our school also, you cannot drink out of water fountains this year. You can only use water fountains to fill water bottles, so please have a sealable water bottle with you. Cell phones. Usually cell phones are turn off and don't see. But this year we are embracing the cell phone technology, and we will teach you how to use your cell phone to do your math. The majority of your math can be completed on your cell phone, and we'll teach you how to do that here in these first few weeks. But your cell phone can only be used with permission and for academic purposes only. You cannot use it for any other reason, and if you are caught using it when you don't have permission or for any other reason, you will be asked to put your cell phone away. The second offense, it will live locked up in my desk and you will get it back at the end of class. The third offense, it will get locked up in the office and you will have to talk to them at the end of the day to get your phone back. If this continues, we'll be talking to the dean, and the dean will make the call whether you get to use your cell phone at school at all. So don't let it escalate to that point. Use your cell phone properly and with permission. Now, I have mentioned already the FSA in the spring. Yes, you are taking your class in the fall, and you will be expected to take a math FSA in the spring. We do have a plan for this, and we have all of the tools that your child will need, and we will prepare them in the spring. This will take a little self-initiative on their part and your part to help remind them to prepare themselves, but we will have the material ready and put out for your students to utilize to help prepare themselves. I will also be available come the spring to help them prepare if they so choose to use that help. So don't stress about that yet. We do have a plan, and we will make sure your students, if they so choose, will be fully prepared for that spring Math FSA. Now let's see, we've clicked 2, now let's click number 3. Assignments and my late work policy. Your grades on all your assignments are a percentage, and that is your points earned out of the total points for that assignment. I do have a late work policy. If you have classwork or homework, that's due the next day. If you are 2 days late, that's 10 points off. 3 days late, that's 20 points off. It is expected if you turn it in, it is 100% done, even if it's late. Now, you will see those 2 little asterisk marks by the late work. The last day to turn in the assignment is the last day of the unit, whether that be a test, a quiz, a project. However we are ending that unit, that will be the very last day I take any assignment for that unit. So please don't fall behind. You're having a year's worth of class in a semester time, and if you fall behind, it's going to be very difficult to catch back up. So you should only have 2 core courses. Make sure you keep up with them. Acronyms that you will see in Focus that I use are NTI. That's not turned in. That counts as a 0 in the grade book. NG, that just simply means it's not graded. Don't stress about that. And X means for some reason you were exempted from that assignment. Now the grade book breakdown. We will be doing projects this year. Test and projects are 40%, quizzes are 30%, classwork and assignment are 15%, and homework is also 15%. Some units will have a test or a project, maybe not both. Some units are so short, all we'll do is have a quiz and move on. Now let's check out number 4. Click 4. Apps orientation. Since you can use your phone, there are apps that you need to use. The first one that you can do right now is the Remind app. This is a texting app. Some of you may be used to it, some of you may not. This came in real handy this spring for my class. The students and parents can sign up for this if your student is in my first block in the fall. Parents, students, please click on the border. It'll give you the code for my Remind. Please join it. And if you are my second block, click on the border around the second block. If you're my third block, click on the border around the fall block 3. Please join my Remind, students and parents. So this way you can keep up with any and all things. It is a great way to send me a text message. Do not worry about bothering me. If you want to send me a text message at 3 o'clock in the morning, send me a text message at 3 o'clock in the morning. It goes to my computer, which is off, and it does not wake me up. Now, Mrs. Dykes, she is our media specialist. She has her own virtual classroom. She is fabulous. This is a link to her virtual classroom, and she's doing some apps orientations. She will be adding to it as the year goes on. So if you click here, you can get to her virtual classroom. These are some of the things you will see. Only a couple of them are live so far. Give her a chance. She is very busy, and she's trying to make sure everything is up and live by the first day of school. The orientation for Launchpad had a major update, so if you are unfamiliar or you are new to our district, check out the Launchpad orientation. Focus had a major update. If you have not checked it out, check it out. It has a different look for students, parents, and teachers. Google Apps. This is not live yet. Launchpad and Focus are live, the orientations. Google Apps are not. We will be using Google Classroom. Everything you need will be in Google Classroom, so please join the Google Classroom so you have half a clue of what's going on in class and can keep up. One of the greatest things the district did this summer was link Google Classroom and Focus, so they are now linked, which is fabulous, and we will get more into that later. Student emails. There will be a tutorial, and we will make sure your student knows how to read their emails, where to find them, and how to send appropriate emails to their teachers. We found out this spring, most of them don't know how to do any of that. We'll make sure they know how to do that in the first few weeks of school. Zoom for students. All of our live lessons will be through Zoom. There will be a Zoom code going into the Google Classroom and on Focus the first few weeks. Please be patient with us. We are expecting technical difficulties. If you have technical difficulties, please reach out and let us know you're having technical difficulties. They are expected. Do not stress out. Online textbooks, there will be a tutorial for this. Don't stress out about that too much. We really won't be using our online textbook. But if you need to, that's where it'll be located. Click number 5. The highlights of the classroom. When you come to class, you are going to be looking for room 406. I am in the 400 wing, almost to the doors to the outside. You will go through the one-way hallway, though, all the way around. Lucky you. You'll be looking for this sign to the right of my door. It says Mrs. Burke. I did receive my education from the University of Florida in Business Administration. I am certified to teach math grades 5 through 9, and I am ESE certified K through 12. Upon entering my classroom and leaving my classroom, you will sanitize. There are 2 informational boards your students should check out when they come in my classroom. The first one is right behind the hand sanitizer. It gives dates and schedules. Over here, we don't know when we're going to lunch yet if you are with me for your lunch block. We'll find out Monday. We'll keep you posted. There'll be a sign if we go to first lunch. There is a very large sample sheet here that reminds students, please put your name and date on your paper. All assignments must be 100% complete, or I will hand them back to you and tell you to complete them. And because we are a math class, you must show all your work. Now, any and all assignments that need to be turned in, they're due the next day, or if it's a project, it has a due date. It will be listed here on the day it's due, what you need to turn in that day. And for the you need section, these are the supplies you need that day. So if you need a pencil, it'll just say pencil. If you need a pencil, a ruler, and a calculator, it will all be listed here. So the expectation is your student comes in, they hand sanitize, they go to their assigned seat, and they take out what they need to turn in. I'll come around and collect it so they don't have to go anywhere. And they take out what they need for the day and sit and patiently wait for the class to start. Oh yeah, and don't forget a facial covering of some sort this year. Now, I forgot that on the supply list, but don't forget, it's very important. But if they do forget, we do have a backup for them, and we will offer them one. The other board that they have here in the classroom that will be filled out is behind my desk. It is up front. They cannot miss it. It is taped in red. It is the agenda board. Usually I have 2 separate classes. I teach pre-algebra and I also have an accelerated 7th grade math, but I don't see them till 2nd semester, so this bottom will be blank this semester. Each day of the week we'll have a basic agenda for what we are doing that day. It will be filled out on Monday. Monday we will talk about it. Monday the expectation is they will write it down. There will be no surprises. If we have a test on Thursday, they will know about it. We will talk about it. Not only is the agenda posted behind my desk in class every Monday, it will be on Focus and it will also be linked to our Google Classroom. No excuses. All right, and I believe we have one very last thing. Our bell schedule. Our bell schedule this year, Monday through Thursday, we have our general block schedule. And then, as you know, Friday is early release. Yes, first Friday is early release Friday. And so we have a modified schedule for Friday. Now notice, Monday through Thursday, you go to lunch 2nd block. But on Fridays, you go to lunch 3rd block. So like I said, we will have 3 lunches. We don't know which lunch we will have yet, but we'll find out and we will let you know. Also notice we have a longer time in between classes. Usually we have 3 minutes. We have 5 to accommodate for the staggering. We also will be staggering at the end of the day, so please be patient as your students are coming out. Well, that's about it for the day. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, burke.patricia@bavardschools.org, or go to Focus and click on my name on your student schedule. It's hyperlinked and you can message me. Well, talk to you later.